listening to TECC-Cast, a multiple award-winning not-for-profit student-led podcast, recorded directly from Studio Number 7 in math class on the corner of René Lévesque and St. Mathieu in downtown Montreal. Welcome to the 6th episode of TECC-Cast in Season 5. We are happy that you are joining us for this exciting episode. Hello TECC-Cast world, my name is Jason, and I am your host for this episode. Joining me today as my co-host is Kieran. In today's episode, we will be going back in time to find out what major news stories were making headlines 20 years ago. We searched far and wide to discover what was making the news in the year 2003. Also, we are launching a new segment that will be a regular feature of Season 5. The segment is called Q&A with Jason Ratchfall. For those of you who don't know, I am in fact the one and only Jason Ratchfall. We will be having a guest join us in the studio to answer some hard-hitting questions on the spot. This segment is sure to be a hit with our loyal listeners, so sit back, get comfy, put your feet up, and enjoy the 6th episode of Season 5.
Thanks, Jason. I'm so excited to be co-hosting with you for this episode. It is an honor to be sitting in the studio alongside such a well-respected tech student, who is also well known in the West Island of Montreal. In this segment, we will be going back in time to find out what major stories were making the news 20 years ago. This takes us all the way back to the year 2003. Our skilled research team has been busy researching again, and they have put together a list of top news stories from 2003. So here we go, folks. Starting off the news headlines is a story about the United States and Iraq. The U.S. led a coalition of countries in an invasion of Iraq, stating that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. These weapons were never found, and the invasion and its aftermath have been the source of much controversy and debate. The next story was very tragic. The space shuttle Columbia disintegrated upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, killing all 7 crew members. An investigation later determined the catastrophe was caused by a piece of foam insulation that broke off the shuttle's propellant tank and damaged the edge of the shuttle's left wing. In the entertainment industry, Friends' final episode aired on NBC, and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Basketball legend Michael Jordan retired. He played for the Chicago Bulls and Washington Wizards for 15 seasons. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the 5th installment in the widely popular series, hit the shelves in 2003 and rocketed up to the bestsellers list. Johnny Depp earned a surprise Oscar nomination for his Keith Richards-inspired swaggering swashbuckler in The Pirates of the Caribbean, a Disney special effects extravaganza based on the theme park ride. Finally, in sports news, Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl, Florida won the World Series Baseball, San Antonio won the NBA Championship, New Jersey won the Stanley Cup, Serena Williams and Roger Federer won the Wimbledon Tennis Grand Slam.
Thanks, Kieran, for presenting your very entertaining segment. It's hard to believe that those stories happened 20 years ago. Time flies by, I guess. Moving on, I am very excited to host our newest segment of Season 5, Q&A with Jason Ratchfall. This segment is quite simple. I invite a guest into Studio 7 and get them to sit with me behind the microphone. Then I bombard them with a list of random questions, and the guest tries to respond with answers. Our first guest is Barris. This is Barris's first time being on the podcast. Hi Barris, welcome to TECC-Cast. We really appreciate you giving up your extremely valuable time to be our first ever Q&A with Jason Ratchfall participant. How are you feeling about being the very first participant?
Thank you for having me here. I really enjoy it. This is my first time doing the podcast. I'm looking forward to answering these questions.
Okay, let's put Barris out of his misery. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Back when I was in the main campus, Summit, I had went on a school field trip, which was SkyTag, and I believe that was my most favorite childhood memory.
Oh, very cool. If I could remember a childhood memory from long ago, it would have to be, there was this one time where me and my brother were outside and we were very little. We were riding our bikes and some neighbors of ours across the street came and had their children ride their bikes with us. And at the time, our street was facing a stoplight, so we used the stoplight to play red light, green light. So that was a very cool childhood memory that
Nice.
I had. Okay. What does your morning routine look like?
Usually I just wake up into my misery, prepare myself for the day, look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, you go, boy. You're ready to just start off your day. I started off nice and smooth. I'm not usually a morning person, but I managed to always pull through.
I could say the same thing. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just don't feel like getting up. It actually takes me a few
That's
minutes to
it.
get up in the morning sometimes, and um yeah, we all have those mornings
That's
sometimes
it.
where we wake up and go like a few more minutes, shut
Yeah.
our eyes, wake up the next minute. It's like, yeah, I would say 7 o'clock because for me, I have to go to the bus between 7 and then 7:30, or else I miss it. So I'm like, ugh, I don't want to go to school, but I have to. So I just begrudgingly get up and do my routine.
I feel you.
What is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school would be sex education, I believe. I think that is one of my most interests out of all of them. I also love, math and English as well. Math, that's really my guy. I'm not gonna lie here, but yeah, those are my few favorites.
Very, very well. Very good. You know, I think my favorite would have to be English and math.
Nice.
Yeah. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, to be honest, a condo, honestly, and filled with all of my music equipment since I do make music.
Oh, that's nice. Never knew you were a musician. Um, I would, I think I would get a house if I'm being honest. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Atlanta.
Atlanta? That's cool. Nice place to be. Mine would be Florida for the nice weather. If you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write it about?
Everything based on my life, through all the phases, through all the upgrades, through all the struggles, all of it. I'm giving all the details in this very specific book.
I think I would do the same thing, Varys.
100%.
I think I would do the same thing. Me and my brother has a lot of history between then and now. Yeah.
Tragic.
Uh, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
At first, usually when I get questions like that, I would normally say pizza. I feel like majority of everybody would say pizza, but me, I would, since I'm a bit different, I would go with burritos.
Ooh, never had burritos. I might need to try one there. What annoys you the most?
When people don't like to listen, I feel like I have a very hard time with people that do not like to listen. I don't know. It's just my pet peeve. I can't really, put a finger on it. That's just one of my pet peeves.
I agree with you. Um, yeah, I really agree. I don't like those type of people too. What was your favorite trip you've ever taken?
I had went on a trip to Quebec with one of my friends. We had went over to I think it was like a 2 week vacation, something like that, over a celebration of our music that we had dropped back then at the time.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. One of my favorite trips is actually going to Florida when I was younger. I remember um, my family one day took us all out on a nice trip to Florida, and we went to, I think, one of the Disney World resorts there. So, yeah, that's a very nice trip and one of my favorites.
That's pretty beautiful, Jason.
Yeah, thank you. If you could start a business tomorrow, what would that business be?
Everything based on my music, my fashion. Let's see. Can I think of something else? No, I think that's it. Based on my music and my fashion.
That's very nice. Um, my dad actually tried to get me into the music industry with guitars. I dropped it. Um, but I do still feel like from time to time I want to get back into it. I'm just not sure. But very cool. If you could meet anyone in the world, who would it be?
Yes, okay. He's from Atlanta. Playboy Cardi. Okay. I also have him and Pierre Bourne as well. Those are my two artists. But as of right now, Playboy Cardi is one of my artists I would love to meet.
Very nice, very nice. You know, I never was really into like meeting artists or anyone that made a album or whatever, but if I had to meet one person in the world or anyone really, it would be probably one of the top artists in the Caribbean countries. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Telekinesis. I hate the fact that I can't move things with my mind.
Yes. Very nice ability. For me personally, I would rather invisibility, so no one can see me do stuff.
Smart.
Yes, very smart. And also, invisibility is just helpful for if you want to do stuff by yourself and not have people around you?
Just in case you want to escape from the cops, you can literally just move the car with your mind and everything. It's that simple. Basically,
Ooh,
play GTA, play the cheat codes, and
yeah.
that would be really nice.
Maybe invisibility and telekinesis can go well together.
Correct.
Yes. Thanks, Barris, for being my guest. You handled yourself quite well, and you shared some very fascinating and intimate details about your life. I can't thank you enough for being so honest with your responses. Our thousands of listeners now know a lot more about you. In fact, you may become an overnight celebrity after being on this podcast. How does that make you feel?
Once again, thank you guys for having me here. Whoever listens to this, hopefully you guys can get an inspiration and start working on your lives and start improving from there.
Well said, Barris. All the best for the future.
Well, this concludes our 6th episode of TECC-Cast this season. We hope you enjoyed your podcast experience, and we are so excited that you could join us. We would like to thank our team of professional writers, producers, editors, and sound engineers. We would also like to thank our sponsors. This episode was proudly brought to you by our gold partner, Summit Media. Tune in to our next episode because we have some amazing segments planned for you. Until next time, enjoy the warm weather and take care out there.